Some say I'm the voice, give my people hope. I'm the chosen one, some say I'm the GOAT. This that Holy Ghost, don't you overdose. This that living legend, hands around your fucking throat. Get it? I am a menace, I am the end and the fucking beginning. It ain't no question about who was the realest. Niggas are gimmicks, they gotta be kidding. Follow my lead and I'll show you the way. I am believing.
So, first of all, let me say, if y'all hear some kids laughing in the background, my kids, and apparently something is kiki funny than a motherfucker in there. So, if you hear some kids laughing, it's my kids. It ain't nothing crazy going on. They in there laughing and shit. Secondly, I saw this post on Instagram the other day. I shared it on my page. It's about Alicia Keys, Mashonda, and Swiss Beatz. Now, some of y'all are privy to their relationship and everything that's happened as far as Mashonda divorcing Swiss Beatz, and well, they got a divorce in 2010. Alicia Keys was deemed a homewrecker by the public, by the people, and every time I see anything about Alicia Keys and Swiss Beatz, I see black women in particular, which worry me the most. I really don't give a fuck about these white hoes and what they talking about, but black women basically still very, very upset with Alicia Keys. I'm going to play this small clip from Instagram, and I have an article pulled up here as well about their blended family, this idea that black women are very, very adamantly against, and we're going to try to figure out why. Let's watch this short clip that I had on my Instagram page here. They did an interview with Michael Strahan on Good Morning America, I believe. I'm going to play this small clip from that, and then we're going to get into it.
Mashonda called you guys and said, I have this idea about a book. What went through your mind?
Thought it was a very positive step forward, being that, there was a lot of misunderstandings in the beginning with our communication. And when she came with the idea, it was like, wow, if people can see where we came from to where we at now, we thought that it would benefit a lot of families and a lot of different people in a similar situation.
We worked on ourselves individually. We worked on our relationship. We healed. We healed our children. We gave them an opportunity to see us growing. And that's the real blend. That healing it's the first step to blending.
We would be around a table, and it'd be the three of us. And we would set ground rules, like just allowing everybody to have a moment to speak, not interrupting each other, really praying before we started so that we can create beautiful energy between us.
Okay. Called you guys and said,
I wanted to play that short clip just so people could hear some of what their logic is as to. And if you want to watch the full interview, I'll put that link up in my description box if you want to catch the full live interview. I have an article pulled up here about their blended family. And more so, what I want to get understood, or what I want understanding of by women in general. I mean, if you want to comment, you're not black, that's fine. But black women in particular, I'm trying to figure out why, in this situation, one, Alicia Keys is the bad guy, and I noticed this is something that's very common in this culture, is that the would-be homewrecker is the person that's on the outside of the marriage, but the person that's in the marriage, nobody says a fucking thing to them. I don't understand that, and how is that even logical as a people that we do that? Like, it's nobody's job to protect your marriage. It's the people that are married's job to protect their marriage, if we're trying to keep out invaders, would be. But typically, it's always looked at as the invader's fault. Now, based on some of the reading that I was doing, Swiss Beatz actually had some other girl pregnant too, some model chick that he had got pregnant on the side, that came out around this back about 8 years ago, came out, and nobody said shit about Swiss Beatz. Everybody has put their focus completely and solely on Alicia Keys, and particularly black women that view her as an enemy, view her as an invader. And I don't understand how we are continuing to blame the people outside of the marriage, or the side chick, or why do they get the flack? Not the person that's in the relationship, but the invader gets the flack. It's your job to protect your marriage. It's not my job to give a fuck about nobody's marriage. That's their job to give a fuck about their own marriage. But black women have chosen to make Alicia Keys the enemy in this situation because she pursued a married man. He couldn't have been pursued unless he wanted to be motherfucking pursued. Why isn't he the enemy? If anybody's going to be an enemy, I don't know, this whole idea that, you know, marriage lasts forever and all this shit like that. That's not reality, and we know that. So when are we going to shift our gear into reality? Not fairy tales, not love songs, not movies, reality. And when you see anything about their blended relationship, is what they're calling this, their blended relationship is spoken down negatively on by black women. Oh, I couldn't do that. Oh, it wouldn't be me. She better than me. I couldn't do no shit like that. And if you listen to their logic, they did it for their kids. Now, the issue I have with black people is that we're not really willing to do much of anything for our kids, for their psychological, healthy psychological upbringing. We're not willing to do anything. All black women want to do is fight each other, argue with each other, and apparently hold grudges that last for years. They got divorced in 2010. Y'all expecting her, Alicia, to be goddamn fighting every day. Mashonda and Alicia supposed to just be going to blows every day. God forbid they're getting along or, you know, anything like that. And I've noticed that that is something that's very frowned upon in the black community. Is the mothers, if there is two mothers, or if there are multiple baby mamas, or whatever y'all want to call it, them women supposed to be fighting constantly, when there's a good chance they both in the situation because some man done lied. I have no idea why women choose to argue and bang with each other, but it's the man who done did the lying, if there is any lies to be had. Now, according to what I'm reading here, Mashonda and Swiss Beatz was separated before you know, Alicia Keys started you know, courting or dating or whatever, seeing Swiss Beatz. So it's almost like people mad because she didn't wait till the divorce papers was finalized. I also read about a letter that Mashonda had wrote to Alicia Keys, basically asking her to kind of back up and give them some space so they can work their shit out. This was back in maybe 2009. But apparently they've came a long way since then. And that's a problem for a lot of black peoples, and particularly black women. I had people commenting to me because I don't see what's going on. I'm like, why do we have this mentality? Why can't we ever want to get along? And particularly women. Women never want to get along, and it's always about dick. And no one is trying to figure out, one, where that mentality comes from, how you got that mentality, why is that normal, and why the fuck do we not even try to get along with the woman that a person is with, say a man was with, for our children. Now, of course, Alicia Keys and Mashonda did it different. They call themselves bestie now. Besties, basically. They talk about, you know, how they communicate every other day. They bonding. They do family trips, vacations, parties, and everything together. And all black people want to do is naysay and say negative shit about this, like you heard. She ain't over here holding on to no damn grudge. It's going to essentially hold her children back. But black people, this is what the idea that y'all have. And this is what the reason that a lot of us are, and our kids are in the situation that we're in. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that my kids' moms are best friends or nothing like that. But they're at least cordial. They're at least that. I mean, to always have to be on some negative, especially as your kids are getting older. Again, this is 8 years ago. And y'all still want her to be mad. That's dysfunctional. Black men and women, that is dysfunctional. I had a woman ask me on a post when I put it up there, because of course women are going to react emotionally and talk about what all they couldn't do. So you're going to hold a grudge against a bitch for not raping your man, but your man voluntarily fucking, and you mad at her for the rest of your life. She did her dirty though. How long do y'all hold on to grudges? It doesn't make any fucking sense. We are grudgeful people, and it affects our children. The dysfunction that our children are surrounded by constantly is problematic. Y'all don't care. I know. I get that. But y'all know that I'm going to be talking about what things that I think are healthy for our children. And this situation, this so-called blended family, now everybody's joking around like, oh, they having threesomes, blah, 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 kiki. It don't matter even if they were having threesomes. What the fuck that got to do with you? Everybody on this picture is smiling. Do you know what you look like? Do you know what your face look like most of the time? Motherfuckers got the bitter bitch face on. And that's okay. Attitude. And that's okay. That's normal. We can raise our kids up around that. But this, what they doing is crazy. It's out of control. How could they possibly be friends? I'm going to tell y'all what I've been saying this for years. I believe at the end of the day, A lot of these women that fight each other over dudes, if they was to meet each other in any outside circumstances, they'd probably be friends. Once you take out the emotion in this battle for this dick out the way, you'd probably be friends with her. But we aren't mature. Women aren't mature enough. Men aren't mature enough to even see past this. I have people ask, well, would you be okay if you was married and your wife went and got pregnant by somebody else? Would you end up being cool with them? Yeah, I would be. Because why not? That's my question. Why not? What is the benefit of holding a grudge against this man for? If that's the man that she done went and chose to be with, what the fuck am I going to be mad at him for? How long am I mad at him? How long am I mad about the situation? It's done already. Kids are involved. How long am I mad at him? Hell yeah, we can hang out. We can goddamn be cool. I ain't tripping. But that's what people like to do. Anytime I pose these types of questions, they want to make them personable to me. But I don't think like y'all. I don't have an emotional set like y'all. Y'all are locked in and honed in on permanent dysfunction. That's where y'all want to be. And y'all feel like you have to be there. Like you don't have the mental capacity to rise above petty ass beefs over dick and pussy. Like we can't do that. It's impossible to do so. But if a motherfucker ain't raped my wife, she gave it to him willingly. I don't care if he pursued her. I don't care if he bought roses to the goddamn job every day. That's her job not to fuck him, not his job not to fuck her. We got this shit backwards. We got it backwards, and we've been having it backwards for a long motherfucking time. Now, I understand the word homewrecker has been thrown around since before I was even born. But can't nobody wreck your home. That's impossible, if you really think about it. Even though we want to make other people responsible for protecting our home, guarding our homes. Can't nobody wreck your goddamn home. No one can do that. So, to me, it's looking at this and seeing the dysfunctional ass comments. It's just like, y'all kind of just want to stay on very low frequencies. We don't give a fuck about raising our children in healthy situations. I don't give a fuck what happened with the relationship. I don't care how it went down. At some point, you have to heal. At some point, you have to forgive and move the fuck forward. Or you won't. You'll be stagnant. You won't get any forward progress made. Our emotional sets keep us very, very stagnant as a people. I see black women that can't get along over dick, and this is a daily thing. But there's no way women born like that. It's impossible that women are born like that. So then I always want to know, where the fuck did this shit come from? How were you programmed to be like this? At each other's throat. Now, white folk can run around and have their blended families all they want to. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Won't nobody bat an eye at it. Everybody else can get along and do all types of shit, but the black community, we can't do shit. We still putting our goddamn kids out of 18. We the only people to do that. But that's normal. That's okay. Even though it's dysfunctional, that's still normal and that's still okay. And we refuse to do anything to change it. And if we see somebody that is going against the common mindset, oh, something wrong with them. Y'all got all this negative shit to say about Alicia Keys and Mashonda. How stupid and crazy Mashonda is. How much better of a woman she is than you. No, she not. She made a decision. An intellectual one. Where she took her emotions out and thought about what was best for her children. You can insinuate threesomes if you want to, but everybody looks happy. Everybody looks happy. They spent this Mother's Day, this past Mother's Day. This article goes into them spending Mother's Day together. They talk about the children that they have. I think here's a picture of all the kids. I think Alicia Keys has 2 kids with Swiss Beats, and she has one. Now, I don't know where this model bitch is. It's supposed to be somewhere with a kid by him too. Don't know if she's clicked up with the team yet or whatever. But I do know that Mashonda actually wrote a book. She's written a book called Blend, where she talks about how this process worked for her, how much of a hard process it is, and how they overcame to do what's best for their children. Why doesn't that make sense to black people? Why do y'all always got to fight? Black women, y'all stay at each other's necks over some dick. Over some fucking dick. When will you grow past that? So our daughters can see something different in that. When will our little sons grow past beefing with a dude over some pussy? When will we stop acting like that? She chose him. That's fine. He chose her. Okay, it is what it is. I'm not about to be mad at that motherfucker. I'm not going to do that. Especially, in particular, if kids is involved. Because all they get to see and all they get to be around is negative energy. That's it. At some point, we got to give a fuck. At some point. At some point, we have to care. They taking pictures, happy, chilling. And now they say they got a bond. I'll even read this quote. Mashonda and Alicia are the ultimate crazy glue that keeps our blending together. Beatz tells people, women are the healers of the world. He even giving them credit. Because he know what it's supposed to be like. Black women ain't supposed to get along. Man chooses to go be with another woman, especially if you have a kid with another woman. Black women ain't supposed to get along in those situations. Everybody else, they can get along, but black women, it's like they're, programmed to be at strife and beefing and battling with other black women constantly. And a lot of times it's over dick, over a man. For what? I don't understand that. And I'm only, as a father, I can only hope that, I do a better job of raising my daughters to be better than wanting to be and having to be, products of their so-called emotion. I can only hope I do a better job because most y'all black women, particularly here in America, y'all don't want nothing but strife, nothing but fighting. How long can you be mad at a woman? It's been 8 years and y'all mad. Doesn't make any sense. Mashonda ain't better than you. You just done chose to be a dysfunctional motherfucker your whole life. That's all. That's nothing really big going on here. She made a choice. You made a choice. Your choice is to be dysfunctional. Have your kids around fuckery. Can't even get along with your baby's your child's father's girlfriend or whoever she is that comes in, wife, girlfriend, whatever. You can't get along with her because you're bitter. Got the bitter bitch face. Using the baby as a goddamn pawn. You know the games that motherfuckers play. But this is normal. This is normal in the black community when our kids need to see something different. Need to see black people getting along. And letting, an entire generation see that, well, they don't have to hate each other just because things didn't work out in the marriage. They don't have to hate each other because things didn't work out in the relationship. You can forgive, heal, and move the fuck on. Because what's the alternative? What's the alternative of forgiving, healing, and moving on? Y'all know what the fuck it is. Ain't but one alternative, but most of y'all choose that. Most of y'all have to have an attitude. Makes you feel like you're strong. Mashonda's stupid. I could never. She's not stupid. She's a mom who gives a fuck about the psychological and emotional upbringing of her son. More of y'all moms could stand to do that for your kids. You know how messy divorces and breakups can be a lot of times, especially if kids is involved. They don't always have to be dysfunctional. They don't always have to be dysfunctional, but apparently that's what we believe that. And I know there are plenty of women out here that are going through, this situation. They've been in this situation. Men been in this situation as well. I mean, I'm not to leave the brothers out. Like, people going through shit where they feel betrayed and, lied to and all this shit. But how long do you stay mad? When does the healing start? Y'all all up in the church. Love run up to the church. What the fuck are y'all getting from up there? Everything has to be dysfunctional. Ain't no such thing as forgiveness and moving forward. Everything has to be dysfunctional amongst us. Where does your mentality come from about this? Because I don't have that mentality. I chose to have a better mentality. Where the fuck does your mentality come from, black woman? You wasn't like that when you was born. So where does that come from? Why do you have to be mortal enemies with another woman over some dick? Over a baby? Baby ain't did nothing to hurt nobody. If anything, it's the man's fault. Swiss Beatz his smiling ass. I'm sure he's happy. Because his nerves ain't getting tore down every other day. He ain't having to deal with little fucked up ass attitudes. Of course he can smile. A lot of people saying, well, he rich, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, I don't know if that's the reason or not, but that shouldn't be the reason. It just makes more sense to not hold grudges. It makes more sense for people to move on. In my personal opinion. Now, of course, this is looked at as crazy. Because again, You know, black folk, we have to be battling with each other at all times. Our women in particular just can a sisterhood, anything like that, getting along, burying the motherfucking hatchet, moving forward. It just doesn't make sense to black women. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever to black women. This is 8 years in the past, and y'all still wanting Mashonda to sit around mad. And you don't think you can do it. You've been programmed to be a certain way. And it came, I'm not going to blame the white man or no shit like that. That came from our own societies. We've been sitting around hating home wreckers and, you know, and all this shit for so long, like, and it doesn't even make any sense if you really think about it. That's all the fuck I wanted to say, man. It just bothers me to see such negativity every time you see anything about what they got going on. There's so much negativity coming from black women. So much. Meanwhile, you and your baby daddy, this nigga got somebody else, and you figured you being mad is gonna help something. Like, it ain't helping shit. It's doing nothing for our people, for our kids, or for you. I just can't wait till we get to the point to where we can make that decision to where it doesn't make any sense to act like that towards one another. Regardless, at some point you gotta bury the goddamn hatchet. Black folk, per their religion, supposed to be some of the most forgivingest motherfuckers in the world. But the only motherfuckers we want to forgive ever is white folk. Now, I will say that. We don't want to forgive each other. Black women can't forgive another black woman. That doesn't make any sense. Black men, we can't forgive another black man. That doesn't make any sense. Black men and women can't forgive each other. That doesn't make any sense to us. The only motherfucker we can forgive is white folk. The motherfuckers with their boot on your goddamn neck damn near every goddamn day. Y'all forgive them. The society, the government, forgiveness, but when it comes to each other, no, it doesn't work like that. That's a problem. Very problematic. Smart for the white man to put that religion in y'all, make y'all forgive him and hate each other. It's smart for him, but dumb for y'all niggas to still be falling for it. You can believe that. It's dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. But alright, now I know y'all ain't about to goddamn listen to me. Y'all motherfuckers want to wake up mad. All we want to do is be mad at each other every fucking day. That's all we know how to do. So I don't think this video gonna change the world or nothing like that. But I know that she wrote a book called Blend. I don't have to read the fucking book. It's just a matter of common sense to me. Which either you're gonna function one way or you're gonna be dysfunctional. And that's what you're gonna choose to do for your whole life. And just hate another woman for the rest of your life when there's no need for it. I feel like we can do much better as a people once we make the decisions that the condition of our communities need to change. Now, a lot of us, we talk that talk, but we're not willing to make the personal changes or the emotional changes, the mental changes that are necessary to move forward, to be happy, to be functional. But that's all the fuck I want to say. Y'all comment if you need to comment. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what it is. I'll be back in here with some more videos, y'all. Blended family. That's where it's at. Most definitely. Blended family. That's where it's at. Look at this shit. Blend. That's the name of the goddamn book. Blend. Or y'all can fight for the rest of your goddamn life. It's up to you. That's all the fuck I want to say. I'm out.